So Christian Elvefors, CEO of Volvo Cars in Sweden, take it away.
Tack Claes. I will go through a real startup, a real entrepreneur company in the west of Sweden, and I think that you will choose to work for us, or you would like to do it in the future when you see what we are doing. And you can also see that we are climbing on all the employee rankings when it comes to engineers and Universum's barometers, and also in the brand that we are actually the strongest brand in Sweden for 4 consecutive years, and we will keep up that momentum. So I will go through where we are working with the entrepreneurship mainly in Sweden and how we actually have succeeded. As you can see, the first winner of the entrepreneurship prize was also one of our famous guys from Sweden, and from Volvo, Nordström, who actually invented the environmental car for us. So, what am I doing at Volvo, and what do I actually add to the business? I started at Volvo 15 years ago, and I love to disrupt the business I do work with. So early at 2006, I started with Sunfleet. That is actually our mobility function today, and also the mobility businesses that we are working on, that we decided in January to release globally. So it's a business that when I started in 2006, the business was losing so much money that we were actually supposed to close the business, and today we are having a turnover of about 150 million, and it's increasing rapidly. And I know that some of you actually are customers to Sunfleet, operating over 500 cars in Sweden today. Not 500 cars in Stockholm, we operate in over 1,500. As I also worked with Hertz, and Hertz is a franchisee of Volvo in the Nordics, we have launched several products, and I will come back to that because entrepreneurship is really related to the culture and the way we are working with culture within the company. But to be human-centric, to work with culture, you also need to have a history. 90 years is a very long time for many of you today, and not many companies is really surviving more than 15 to 20 years today. But we actually celebrate our 90 years anniversary this year. It is fantastic. We have never grown more rapidly. We have never earned more money, and we have never ever have had more people working in the company. So since Geely acquired us, we have increased more than 10,000 people, and we have also opened factories both in China and soon in the US. But that is really related to the way we are and the way we are working, and also where entrepreneurship is really important for us. Because if we don't have entrepreneurs that is actually challenging us, then we will not survive. And we are, I would say, one of the most disruptive businesses of today. Everything when it comes to car manufacturing, car ownerships, and the way we are service and maintenance the car is really challenged. And in the future it will be tough to earn money, and it will also be tough to see the revenue streams coming. So there is really a lot of challenges, and I know maybe some of you is already involved in businesses trying to disrupt the way we're working today. And that is really something that we need to find, and the only way to do this is really through entrepreneurships. We set up some goals up to 2020, what we actually should do, and 2025. And that is really the core stones of Volvo Cars and the way we should work for the future. And as you know, today Håkan Samuelsson was talking about that we will let the diesel engine go. It's a bold decision. It will not happen tomorrow, but up until 2023, 2025, I think we should do it. And also that we keep safety as our main and core mission for whatever we are doing. And talking about quality time and where we need entrepreneurs is to find services that actually can attract you in a more convenient way for the future.
People. People people, people. That's it. We love technology, but only if it makes life less complicated. For people. We work hard to come up with new ways of making our cars less of a burden to our planet. Because this planet is home for people. When it comes to safety, we are the world's most innovative car brand. Always have been, always will be. Because that saves the lives of people. Some say cars are all about going fast. Some say cars are all about looking cool. They aren't wrong. But our main passion is to help our drivers and their loved ones to live longer. To help them take responsibility for the world around them. And to help them live a life less complicated. Cars are driven by people. And that's why we designed them around you.
Okay, to secure the future also of the car company and the car industry, you need the entrepreneurs, not only to take care of the customers and the customer promises, because it's not only to have an entrepreneur manager or entrepreneur director, you really need to enhance the company as such and also the culture. I know that some of my previous speakers was really talking about the culture and the implementation of the culture within the organization. If you're not working with the culture hard, and if you're not embracing the way that you should really work with guerrilla initiatives, work as rebels, you will never survive it. And really meaning by living the culture that all the organization and all the culture need to take care of the future of the company. You really need to have it as a DNA within it, which we hadn't in the past, but I think that we do have it today. Because we need to challenge ourselves, and we need to challenge because you demand that, and you also demand our way of the future to be something different from what we are today. But it's also starting with the employee that they really should be emphasized, and also that he or she should think that it's allowed to work with as an entrepreneurship. We have worked both with a really hard cultural change the last years. We have also have prizes for the employees when they are really coming with the innovation ideas, and also putting money aside of the budget that we have as a guerrilla budget to try to do what we think is the future. We don't know yet, and I also think that is something that no one of you actually know what will happen the coming years, especially not in the car and automotive industry, but it will be a change and we need to be part of that. Still, we are quite able to disrupt ourselves because in a global perspective we are still very small, which makes us fast, even not as fast as we would like to be, but also that we are global and not in the old footprints ourselves, but in a new sentence. It's much easier for us to be in the front line of the change. But to secure entrepreneurs and secure that back to the culture, if you don't have the basic sets, and if you don't work with the culture inside, and if you don't enhance the entrepreneurship, it will never work. So the culture inside the organization is really true what we are working with, and that is also, I would say, have shown the changes we have made the last years. And I think this is what everything is about. It's something that we do by passion. We are working very hard with the passion, not only inside the organization, but also with all our partners, with all our software engineers, all our consultants we are working with. and also in the retailers, as the retailers is still our main partners when they come to the business as is, and also what I think of the future, because local partnerships will help us to secure the future for us. And then there is disruption. I took this from the internet. I used to use it because we really need to challenge the way we are working with the future. We need to challenge the way we are working. As all of you, when you go to work, is this really the way you should take the train to work, the bus, or how you actually put up your agenda on a daily basis? Everything will be changed, and we really need to be part of that journey. But is this new? No, I would not say this is new, because we have always have disruptions in our business models. Even in the late 60s, when we saw a change in the distribution model of gasoline, we built our own gasoline station network, which is also still one of the biggest. When we saw a change in the financial of the cars, we built Volvo Finance, which also is Volvo Finance Bank. And we actually launched a new transaction model, which is car pay, that I would say is also Intrapreneurs that really would like to change the way we're working. And they built it in 4 or 5 weeks, and now we have 300,000 users of the car pay application. We built our own insurance company, as I mentioned before, also Sunfleet. So we have done this for century, and I think that is also one of the core elements why we are still that big in Sweden, because we need to cover the whole business aspects of it. And you also saw the Uber and the way we are working with Uber when it comes to the self-driving cars and autonomous drives. This is a partnership where we needed to see how it will work. But the thing with the partnership that is important is from the first call to the finalized agreement, it took 7 weeks. From the guys inside and girls inside the company that really wanted to do this. 7 weeks, which is quite tough for us as a big organization with all legal aspects and everything to really have it running. And also everything is also about enhanced inspiration and try to develop things that could fly for the future. And this is, I will show you a short movie about the future of the digital key. I think you will have it in all the cars in the future, starting with the premium cars, but it will also open up a totally new business model for us and for some of you who will try to disrupt this business channel in the future. So enjoy.
Volvo Cars is reimagining the future of driving. Imagine being able to leave your key at home and still use your car. With Volvo's unique solution, you can use your phone as the key to unlock and start your car using Bluetooth technology. But it doesn't end there. Volvo's phone-based app key means that you can actively share your digital car key with whomever you wish, as long as you're connected to them via your Volvo On-Call app. This means that your car can be shared without the need to exchange physical keys. In the same way, other people can also share their cars with you, or you use car-sharing services when you need to, such as when you travel to another city or country. Simply book your car of choice, and you'll be given access to the digital key and guided toward the location of the car. Volvo's digital key technology reinvents the way you can access and share cars and makes your life easier.
Would this have been possible if you wouldn't have worked with entrepreneurs in the company? No. Would this have been possible if you don't put aside guerrilla money to work with Skunk Project, even if we see that Skunk Project is put in clarity these days? That no. So of course you need to do things where you think that you could change and disrupt. Is it easier if you're a small car manufacturer? Yes, because it is not that challenging, because we are still just building 500,000 cars this year, maybe, or we will build even more cars in the future, but still we are small versus some of the biggest ones, which I think is more afraid of the future than we are. And also, if we are not doing it, if we don't have the culture to do it, someone else will do it, and that's for sure. So I think as a big organization or big structure, you need to be really on your toes and really enhance the future. Otherwise, it will never fly. So we set up an agenda inside the Swedish business model, how we actually should work with the culture, as I talked before. Of course, it's really basic. We need to understand the values. If we don't understand the values or the purpose of the company, you shouldn't be there at all, actually, because we need to be purpose-driven from the beginning, as to attract you as an employer or a customer, and that is also really the ground floor of everything that we do. We need to be really close to each other, but also to enhance entrepreneurship. And what I put on the gorilla money, you always need to put aside money in the budget that could be used when you see a business idea, and you need to have fast people that actually is running on it. And of course, the only thing that counts is money, because as long as you are profitable, as long as you earn more money than you were actually obliged to do, or you're in line with target, you could actually do stupid things, so you can actually work with entrepreneurships quite much faster than you usually do, because there is no questions asked as long as you're performing and really try to challenge yourself. The last movie I will actually show you is really something that is challenging the retails of ourselves, and also really the heart of the distribution model. 2nd of May, we launched the first digital online application for ourselves, because we think the customers, you, are really challenging the way we should work for the future. Today, when you service a car, we have changed the way of working, so it's take less than 20 minutes to get the car served. But actually, should you go there yourself? Should the car drive there by themselves? Or should we come out and serve the car at your home or at your office? That is something that we need really to enhance and really challenge for the future. So enjoy.
People, people, people. That's it. That is who we are. We love technology, but only if it makes life better for people. So when people change their behavior, we need to change with them, because we care about people. When people no longer come to us, we have to come to where people are. No matter where, no matter when. We need to do it our way. We need to do it better for people. Starting today, people will be able to build the car they want, order it immediately, see how it's made, and have it delivered to where they want. Because that's what people want. And when they wish to drive a bigger, smaller, or sportier car, they also get access to a community of carpools and rentals. Because that's what people need. People. That is who we are. So when people change, we change with them. That's Care by Volvo.
And if you still don't think that you would like to disrupt the way we work today, if you don't think that it's necessary with entrepreneurs, I think you wouldn't be here. It is really important that we continue to work and continue to challenge ourselves. We need entrepreneurs, but we need it not as individuals, we need it actually as a culture, because otherwise it will never fly. And we are in the beginning of something in the car industry that is disruptive. Do we know the future exactly? No. Are we willing to challenge ourselves? Yes. So that's all for Volvo. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, Christian. So interesting to hear what entrepreneuring is in real life. Thank you very much.